Firstly, I want to start by giving all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, and Qadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Stone, and peace and blessing to all that came out there pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. This is the brother Yakazakala from Jamaica, here to do a lesson entitled Herd Mentality, Follow Not a Multitude to Do Evil. Now, with all the things happening in Minneapolis and spreading throughout America, different states and different cities, where so-called black people, people of Israel, namely Native American Indians, Negroes, Latinos, Mexicans, are protesting the death of George Floyd, which happened the other day in Minneapolis, where a white police officer crouched in his neck, killing him, kneeled in his neck, killing him. Now, people have taken this opportunity to so-called rally black people and push them to push this Black Lives Matter agenda, and basically telling them to protest, telling them to go out and riot, telling them to bear arms against the so-called white man. Now, what all that will lead is into prophecy, is into them being killed, and sedition among men, race wars, and all that. But prophecy have to come to pass. Nevertheless, that's not the right way to go about it, because you have certain men in the scriptures, certain zealots, that bear arms to basically besiege or rebel against different oppression, and they were taken down. The only way we can truly be saved or defend ourselves or have a name is if we turn back to our power. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, which Yahawah is the correct name for the Heavenly Father, and Yahawashi is the correct name for His Son. With the world ignorantly call Jesus Yahweh, Yeshua, And with all these things going on, you have a psychological term for it. It's called herd mentality. Now, what is herd mentality? Herd mentality, mob mentality, and pack mentality, also lesser known as gang mentality, describe how people can be influenced by their peers to adopt certain behaviors on a largely emotional rather than rational bias. And you see, that's happening. Jake has been oppressed so long, and it's easy to play on their emotions, on their weakness, and their feelings to get them to act a certain way. It's like taking off a child to defend itself against a bully. Feeding it lies, feeding it said you need to do this, you need to do this over and over and over again until he actually does the action. It says when individuals are affected by mob mentality, they make different decisions than they would have individually. And now, you see, they're taking this opportunity, this death of George Floyd, to basically riot, loot, vandalize, and not realizing that they will be blamed for all of this because the so-called white man don't care for us. He's just looking for a justification or a reason to come upon our people, to basically besiege us and destroy us from off the face of the earth. That is all we are looking for. And you can see the Jakes, what they are doing is giving him a reason, and it's spreading like wildfire, spreading like a virus. In New York, in California, in all the different states, people are out there riot, vandalizing, looting, and it's just, and you can see just where the white man is building his case against our people, man. Worse in the time of coronavirus, where Trump basically came out saying that he will send the military to chip all them. So what is he doing now? He's rounding up the military or the National Guard to come into these places and set up blockades. He's already mobilizing the military to do that. So in no time, he'll have things in place to basically easily chip us. No, we don't want to make this lesson long. I'm getting scriptures quickly. This is Exodus 23 verse 2. It says, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment. No, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil." Supposed to go there, riot, loot, vandalize. Because all that is doing is heaping coals upon your head, heaping judgment upon yourselves. You're supposed to see a man doing wrong and then incline to do the same. That only I go lead you to your end. But you have people out there are set up to lead the minds of Jake, because Jake is like a sheep, until they are set up to lead the minds of Jake to think and behave and act this way. And one such person you see on the rise is Grandmaster J. At one time this jockey, now pushing all that Black Lives Matter and preaching about Edomites, using terms like Edomites, Hebrew Israelites, to mainly tie us to the movement or to this whole Black Lives Matter thing. You have countless videos of us preaching the Bible, and we don't preach that we should take up arms or bear arms or none of that. But we have countless videos of we preaching the Bible and telling what to come. So you can see where it would be easily twist to say that we were the one pushing this agenda from all along. Needless to say, if people incline to this Grandmaster J and follow him, he will be the demise of them. This is Matthew 15 verse 14 says, "Let them alone, they be blind leaders of the blind, and for blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch." So if people without knowledge, wisdom and understanding this truth per se, if them lead each other, both of them is going to fall into a ditch. And that is what Grandmaster J is doing, because he don't have any wisdom. He don't have the truth. He's just one of those persons set up to tie us to all this movement. He's the one on the forefront right now with many others pushing that riot, loot, bear arms, let them feel your pain, that type of movement where 2/3 or a majority of Jake are feeding into that. Blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. And you can see where Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is preparing that ditch, and they're following straight into that. With all that said, this is prophecy and things must come to pass. But we don't preach that we push this agenda. We don't push this agenda. Because what do we preach? This is 2 Corinthians 10 verse 4. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, to the pulling down of strongholds." So our warfare is not carnal, man. We don't preach to take up arms. We don't preach to get the sword, get the gun, get the machete. You know, we don't preach any of that, because we can't fight against Esau Edom, whose blessing is the sword. That's madness. But what we do, we preach against his high levels of witchcraft, preach against his kingdom, his society, all that he's doing, and that the Most High is going to cast him down, because it is of the Most High. Everything is doing of the Most High. And if we fight against him and all his agenda, you know, in a sense where you do want him to bring forth these things which are prophecy, and you're fighting against the Most High. Verse 5 says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahawah, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of a Mashiach. And that is what we're out there on the street corners, you know, pushing. Believe in the Most High, return unto him, and he shall be our guide. He shall be our strength. He shall take vengeance for us. And he tell us that. This is Zephaniah 3, verse 8 said, therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord. So what? We should wait upon the Most High, man. Wait upon the Lord, our Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, or the heathens, you know, all who have a hand in bringing us into this captivity, trying to erase the name of Israel from the history books, from history overall, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation. Indignation means righteous anger, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Namely, when there was those ICBM missiles when they kick off, when they shoot off, and they're going to fall upon America, and none shall miss. But ultimately, we should wait upon the Lord for him to rise up to the prey. And who is the prey? All them needing nations, because we can't defend ourselves. We don't have a military. We don't go to the firing range as much as Esau Edom. We don't have the military capabilities or the weapon capabilities as Esau Edom. The hell, most of our people, all them see these riots and protests is a chance to loot and act as a nigger. You know, it's disgusting to watch, man. And even though Jake is oppressed, and in that oppressed state, you can see where they are still being niggers. If you watch all the videos, you know, you see them ladies twerking in the streets. You see where they're actively partaking in looting, going to the stores like Gucci, Prada, Forever 21, all those stores, just to grab clothes and merchandise. And none of those things is gonna profit in the days to come, man. None of them. Because a Gucci bag can't save you. A couple shirts or a washing machine or a blender you still can't save you. You know? Ultimately, Esau Edom will come up on you and take you out of your house and take all of them things away. And you're not gonna have no need for them in the times to come. We should wait upon the Lord and not follow suit with this herd mentality or mom mentality. You know? The next precept is Psalms 37, Start of verse 7 says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way. And who's prospereth right now? The so-called white man. Because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Cease from that man mentality mindset. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. As scripture say, our people are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. To pray and beg the Most High for mercy, to beg the Most High to guide their hands, to guide their steps, they have no knowledge. But to come out of their houses and actively partake in some stupid looting act, vandalizing act, them have all knowledge, man. They are wise to do evil. I see it of evil doers. But what going to happen to them? So for evil doers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Let me read that again. Psalm 37 verse 9 says, for evil doers shall be cut off, namely 2/3 of our people. But those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth as the first fruits, man. As the elect. And the elect, that 144,000 men, 12,000 from each tribe, plus 1/3, they are going to wait upon the Lord, man. And ultimately, what's going to happen when you wait upon the Lord? This is Isaiah 30. Be a minute. 30 verse 18 says, and therefore will the Lord wait, that he may be gracious unto you, and therefore will he be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you. For the Lord is a God of judgment. Blessed are all they that wait for him. Blessed are all they that wait for him. And it's good to be blessing the Lord, man, and not cursed. So that's our ultimate goal is to wait upon the Lord. And if we don't wait upon him, basically we are going to be destroyed. Just like the Theodus, just like the zealots who try to uproar Rome or rebel against Rome. This is Acts 5 verse 36 says, for before these days rose up Theodus, boasting himself to be somebody. And you see where Grandmaster J playing to this. He's boasting himself to be somebody. He's nobody, man. He don't know the scriptures. He don't know the truth. He's just an agent. To whom a number of men, about 400, join themselves. So a number of people are going to join themselves onto Grandmaster J. Number of people, man. You can see where that's happening. Or steadily happening. Who was slain, and all, as many as obeyed him, were scattered and brought to naught. So all the same thing that happened, you have a saying that history repeats itself. The same thing that happened to Theodus and the men that were joined unto him is the same thing that's going to happen if you join unto Grandmaster J. Same thing that's going to happen to you, man. So, just want to end it there. Hope this was edifying. So, halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Bahasham, Qadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Stone, and peace and blessing to all the Akim pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.